I forgot why I was going upstairs, but it doesn't matter anymore. So, I guess our last number is the finale. So, for the finale, it's Alea Richmond and Shenanigans Hanigans performing a duet. And here they are.
First it's Eric Thomas.
Wait, what? What?
Eric Thomas goes first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. That was rewind. That was me rewinding. I know. Hold on. I have to get the right introduction. I know it's scat. It's gross. Hold on 1 second. Can you still hear me if I run upstairs and talk to you at the same time? So I dropped all these papers when I came up here, but I forgot why I came up here. So, oh, I got it. I got it now. I have it. I have it. I found it. I lost a shoe in the process, but I found it. I'm sorry, our Eric Thomas. Comic, storyteller, our Eric Thomas. He can be seen in next week's. Okay, I'm sorry, I miswrote that. He can be seen next week at the Arts Bank at Broad and South in Quince Productions Overexposed. Let me try that again. Quince Productions Overexposed is an original storytelling show that he wrote with 2 other artists. Our Eric Thomas will be performing America's Sweetheart, an original comic monologue by our Eric Thomas. Welcome to the stage, our.
Thank you. I'm in a bit of a down mood. I've been having a little bit of postpartum depression since Beyonce's baby was born. So this is going to be a tragic monologue. Just kidding. I'm just a boy standing in front of the internet, asking it to love him. I've been searching for love on the internet for the past 10 years. Well, I've been searching for love and other things. I've been mostly hanging around Voyeur, back when it was pure, looking for a way to fill the hole in my soul with semen. But, it's true. But I have also been looking for love, and on the internet, because I'm a little bit awkward and I'm a little bit creepy, and so the internet's a really good place for me to find those sort of things, and for me to be whoever I need to be for people to love me. Thank you, I love you. Thank you. You know, because I have unrealistic paradigms, and meeting people in real life is a little bit weird, and it's hard sometimes. And I really want my life to be like a romantic comedy, because that's all I watch. And I don't mean like a gay romantic comedy, like Brokeback Mountain. Like, that movie's hilarious. Like every time someone spits in my ass, I just giggle. I'm Julia Roberts. No, I mean a romantic comedy with like heterosexual couples, the way God intended. I want to be. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm not actually homophobic. I just play one on stage. No, I really do. I want to be Julia Roberts. I want to be Sandra Bullock. I want to be Meg Ryan, like before she got all weird and lippy. Like I want to be. I want to clear up a huge misunderstanding that could have easily been avoided in the first 30 minutes of the movie. I want to jog in the rain with my best friend, or jog with my best friend and tell them about my love problems, and then they'll crack wise, and I'll be like, thank you, now back to your sitcom, and back to me. I want to run through the rain. I want to be a romantic comedian. I am a romantic comedian in my heart. I am America's sweetheart. You just don't know it yet. You know, the thing about romantic comedies, though, is that the paradigms are a little flawed. You know, the things that happen in romantic comedies aren't actually things that you would want to happen in real life. Think about Say Anything with John Cusack and Ione Skye. He shows up outside of her house holding a boombox over his head, wearing a trench coat. I mean, he shows up outside of my house holding a boombox in his hand, wearing a trench coat. I'm like, I've seen this movie Columbine. I'll call the police. We're good. Thank you. I love you. I'll call you when you're in jail. And, you know, like, think of how many movies the romantic comedian has met the love of her life. by spilling coffee on her. Like, I don't want someone to spill coffee on me. I have 3 minutes to get to work, and now I'm wet. I have like 3rd-degree burns on my balls. I don't understand. Like, this isn't funny. This isn't cute. And you're like dithering in the corner. Oh, I'm so clumsy. I'm so clumsy. I have 3rd-degree burns. What do you have, Parkinson's? I don't understand. You know, Meg Ryan stalks a guy that she heard on the radio across the country. He lives in Seattle. Like, I would do that, but it's weird. I mean, the internet, and so you can do these sort of things and engage these sort of fantasies on the internet, and so I do, you know. The poll is too great. I just want that magic moment, that fairy tale beginning in my life, and you know, that's why I guess I'm chagrined to admit I like Craigslist, you know, and not the dirty Craigslist, the clean Craigslist, you know, the nice area of Craigslist, the nice neighborhood where the lights live, the nice. I do. I like the missed connections on Craigslist, you know. And now, that said, I have never been missed. No one has ever missed me. But I do like it's true. Like, I was actually missing once for like the 80s, and I know there was no middle partner or anything. I wasn't missed. But I like to just go in there and check and see if anyone's looking for me. There's something romantic about we saw each other across the bar, or you know, I saw you on Grindr, then you deleted your profile. That's modern romance right there. You know? And Craigslist missing connections were created right just for me. You know, like, it's creepy, but it's cool to say, like, you know, I saw you at Superfresh. You were buying goat cheese and eggs. I'm standing right behind you as I type this. I love you, call me. I don't know. The internet is weird. But one time, just one time, the internet loved me back. They say love happens when you least expect it. They say it happens when you're not looking for it. And it's true. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't touch the little nubbin there. They say it happens when you're not looking for it, and it's true. I wasn't looking for it. I was on OkCupid looking at myself, looking at my own profile, tinkering with it, trying to figure out, does this photo make me look handsome? Does it make me look creepy? Do I look like a serial killer? Do I look like I will do anything to regain your love and trust? Because I will. I will do anything to keep you not loving me. You know, I'm asking myself questions like, you know, if I put that I like Vanilla Sky, does it make me seem like I'm kind of a cuckoo? Or does it make me seem artistic? And then this photo popped up. This gentleman noticed me. And he looked, I have to say, he looked like a character from a cartoon I enjoy called The Venture Brothers. He looked like Dean Venture. And I enjoy that cartoon, and there's some people in the back, and that's excellent. And in his profile, he put, I look like Dean Venture, and I was like, well, this is love. It was love at first sight. And so I messaged him, and I wrote something very charming, and he wrote something very charming back, because we're both very charming guys. We're so charming. We're so charming. And that was that. A couple days later, I was at Woody's with a friend of mine who is kind of an OkCupid stalker, Jake. And he's able to look at people's faces and name their OkCupid profile name. Or, you know, or Adam for Adam, or Grindr or Scruff. He's like a compendium. He's the Wikipedia of online dating. So we're sitting at Woody's, and like he's like falling prey to the flirtations of the obviously straight shop boy. And then he looks up across the bar and he's like, oh, there's Peach Pit. And I'm like, oh, I thought we were playing a game called Shout Out Things from 90210, so I was like, Donna Martin graduates. And he was like, no, that guy's name is Peach Pit. He's on OkCupid. And I was like, oh, well, speaking of OkCupid, do you know Zombies Love Me, which is the name of the guy who looks like Dean Venture. And he's like, oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. You guys would be great together. And actually, he literally mean to you. And I was like, don't tell me where he lives. Because seriously, if I know where he lives, I'm at the window. I'm just like, hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. So I refused. I told him, do not tell me where he lives. And so he did. He's like, suit yourself. And he bought himself a shot. And the obviously heterosexual shot boy. A couple days later, I'm waiting for the train at the Walnut Locust Station. And the windows are going by like a flip book movie. And I'm looking inside, looking at the little scenes that go by. And all of a sudden I see Deep Venture. And he passes by me and the train pulls to a stop. And I step onto the train and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to be like, I saw you on the internet. So I just sit across from him quietly, and I look like I'm looking at my phone, and I'm just like flipping through text messages that I don't care about. And when I look up, we catch each other's eye. And he's like, you, me? And I'm like, me, you? And we talk, and we banter, and it's wonderful. We exchange numbers. and I know this is love. We started going out, we started going to places like yogurt factories, or the yogurts, I don't know, yogurt, all the yogurt. The places where it looks like the McNuggets are coming out, but it's actually just yogurt. We had a lot of yogurt, I guess, that's what you do. We walked along the river, we started going on these little mini dates. We had this little game we played where he would try and touch my nose, and I was trying to keep him from touching my nose. And we would wrestle because I didn't want him to touch my nose. And I don't know, I've never had an experience in wrestling where it didn't lead to sex, but this didn't. He would just sort of get up from wrestling and be like, all right, you won, and then he would turn on a movie. And I've never watched a movie where it didn't lead to sex, ever. Mary Poppins at 7 years old, doing it. But the movie would end, and I'd be like, I literally have never seen more than like 8 minutes of any movie, ever. So the movie would end, and he would pop another movie in. And I'd be like, I don't want to watch Death Proof. I have a boner. I want you to pop it in me. But he didn't. It was very strange. But I persisted. I was like, maybe he's just one of those guys who moves kind of slowly. And so, you know, one day he asked me if I wanted to go jogging. He's a marathon runner, and I am a stander stiller. And exactly, there's some other stander stillers here. Stander stiller, the marathon is coming up. Standing still since 2000 and whenever, always. This is too much movement for me. I'm actually getting a little exhausted. So I was like, I will. I actually will. I'm asthmatic. That's okay. So, you know, he says to me, he's like, do you want to come running with me? Come for a jog. It's a nice day. And I was like, I will do anything to keep you from not loving me. So I did some stretching, and I put on some booty shorts, and I got outside, and I started to run with him. And we're running, and I'm exhausted, and I'm flop sweating because I'm ethnic, and it's just like, it's awful. It's awful. And he's talking about this guy that he was sort of interested in, but it wasn't really working out. And I was like, is this code for me? What are we talking about? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, you know. And I realized he's not talking about me. He's talking about our relationship problem. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not Julia Roberts. I'm the sidekick. He's talking to me about his problems because I'm the sidekick in this movie. And my little heart broke. And then I swallowed a little bit of vomit, and I kept running because I was like, I will do this. I will win. The sidekick sometimes wins. There's a movie where it happens. I think it starts Ryan Reynolds. I will win this movie. And we're running, but I can't. It's getting really hard. It's getting really hard, and we're getting all the way up Broad Street. And we round City Hall, around one of those areas where there's little game pieces, you know, Domino's and Sorry. And I see my favorite gay couple in all the world, Jose and Will. They met at a Madonna concert, of course they did. And they're jogging by, because that's what they do, they jog. And they jog, and they stop, and they're like, hey guys, this is such a beautiful day for jogging, isn't it? Great idea. And I was like, fuck you! So we round City Hall, and we get to Walnut Street, and the light's against us. And I'm barely standing up, and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, just go on without me. And he jogs across the street as the light changes, and he gets halfway down the block, and he looks back, and I throw up a little bit on myself. And then he keeps going. And I watched him in the distance, and then I hailed a cab and cut it to the nearest Krispy Kreme. This is the point of the movie where there's a montage. Time passes, the seasons change, I walk slowly, the Hall & Oates is playing, exactly. I wish I could remember a Hall & Oates song, I would sing it, but I can't. You know, seasons change, I'm at work, and I'm sad, but I'm happy. Or I'm happy, I'm at happy hour, but I'm sad. I'm eating ice cream in front of Grey's Anatomy, and I'm crying a little bit. And Jake, who knows this man, wants me to be friends with him. He's like, you guys are a good match, you had fun, you played the touch the nose game. And Thomas wants to be friends with me. And I don't want to be friends. I want to be in a romantic comedy. I don't want to be in some movie about 3 gay guys who are friends. That's science fiction. I'm not interested in this movie. But somehow they won me over and we became friends. Cut to a year later. We're all going up Walnut Street, not jogging, thank God. I have taken, at this point, to dressing like a romantic comedian. I like Diane Keaton in any hall, so I'm blousy and dithery, and people are like, Paula Poundstone? I'm like, no, not Paula Poundstone! Any hall! I carry a camera with me, and I'm wearing glasses, and I just say things like, oh, my taste in men is as bad as my vision. A perfect vision. And we get to the corner. And I raise my camera to take a picture of them, because that's what I do now, it's my thing. Oh no, Instagram, it's thematic. And I take a picture, and the composition, of course, is terrible. And it's awful, and everyone is cut out of the picture except for Thomas, Dean Venture. And I look in the lens, in the viewfinder, and I see the boy that I saw on the internet a year earlier. The guy who looks like a cartoon character. But I see him differently now. I see him as the kind, generous friend that he is, and not the romantic partner that I thought he was going to be. And I look up at him, and I say with a little bit too much surprise, "Thomas, you're so handsome." And he says, "Thank you." Because what else do you say? And then my friends crossed the street. And this time, I followed. Thank you very much.